Hi, my name is Christina Strait-Bringle. I'm an estate planning and probate attorney in Sugar Land, Texas. I find when I sit down with my clients, there is often a lot of confusion regarding the overall concept of probate. In fact, it's not uncommon for them to lean across the table and ask me point blank, what is probate exactly? Well, I can understand their confusion because probate can mean different things in different contexts to different people. Usually what somebody's trying to ask me is what happens after their loved one passes away or now that they have passed away. Well, in that context, at the most basic level, probate is the legal process of distributing a person's assets once they have passed away. So that's going to involve paying off debts and distributing assets to the proper beneficiaries. Well, okay, who are the proper beneficiaries? In the situation where you have a valid will that properly disposes of a person's estate entirely, well, then it's easy. The will says who gets who. You will still have a probate proceeding that validates the will and appoints someone the executor of that estate, ideally whoever's listed in the will. On the other hand, if you have a situation without a will, then you're looking at intestate proceedings. And that's going to be a little bit more complicated. You're going to usually have at least two. There's going to be an heirship determination and an administration hearing. As part of the heirship, a judge is going to determine who's legally entitled to inherit the decedent's property. And they're also going to decide in what proportions each person inherits and of what types of property. It can be different if we're talking about real property and personal property. The administration proceeding has to do with appointing an administrator who will act much like an executor would with a will in terms of handling the affairs of the estate. Now, it's worth mentioning that there are some easier, simpler, streamlined probate proceedings that are sometimes available, such as immuniment of title, affidavits of heirship, small estate affidavits, but those generally require some pretty specific criteria that an estate needs to fit into in order to utilize them. So it's always best to sit down with a probate attorney once you have someone who has passed away. You need to determine what, if anything, needs to be done. It's always better to address things quickly than wait down the line. I've multiple times now encountered situations where people thought they didn't need to probate someone's estate, and 20, 30 years or more sometimes passes and somebody else passes away, and that's when we figure out we had a problem 1 or 2 or 3 sometimes generations back. So best to be proactive and handle it right away and determine what, if any, probate proceeding needs to be utilized for you. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment or reach out online at www.bringlelaw.com.